People like to ask me, Biz Doc, I got a small company, what are we thinking about? Well, look, you know, we are seeing, it's very, very interesting. If you need warehouse space, you're probably in a tough spot because warehouse space that's out there is holding its premium price. But if you actually need office space in most cities, it's pretty amazing. There's a quick chart you can pull from our, there's chart number 3, Kellyanne, from page 1. Take a look at this. So office, half full or half empty. Look at this. So the occupancy rate has really not come back yet. It's still heavy. So if you're an entrepreneur out there and you're running a tax services company and you've got looking for 3-4 people in an office space, you're probably finding office space at a pretty good discount. The rest of this year is going to be continued. I think the words are efficient, controlled, prudent, but look for the growth opportunity, but don't overspend. Don't overspend, and be careful about your debt. So people were asking me, what are these highlights? And that's the highlights. They haven't really changed in a few months. And there's, when you hear that the market's up, and you hear that this is jumping, you hear that's that, and then you find out it's only 7 companies. Well, it really means there's not a whole lot for you to do just yet. But
yeah, that's a solid drop, that's for sure. And to think that as much as the conversation has been of, oh, they're all pulling the lever, come back to work,
Yep.
It's really crept up from, I'd say, 15%-ish up to shy of 50 right now, maybe like 48% in the course of 3 years. So to get back to the full 100 is going to take some time.
Yeah,
sure.
and these are going to be the regional banks that you're going to hear about. I think there's going to be more bailouts. I don't think there's going to be 40 of them fail, but I think you're going to hear about more bailouts in mid-sized cities because they funded a lot of those office buildings in those cities.
Yeah.
So they're carrying a mortgage on there that this property, so property ownership group buys a big building. They start leasing it out. They can only get half of it leased now. That means they're only collecting half the lease money. Meanwhile, the bank is like, these guys aren't making payments on a $100 million mortgage. So you have that problem there. But for you and me and entrepreneurs, it may be a good time to find small office space, maybe getting a deal on that, but be prudent, be careful. I would be really careful about debt right now because they're going to push it at you at 7.5 to 9 on business loans, and they're going to be asking for personal guarantees. So that's where I see, nothing is really changing here, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks when we see the Fed.